These are better than any commercial shop-bought Laddoo that you will find. I'm here to dispel the myth that sweet things can not be good for you. Hi guys, today we're going to be making my version of healthy Laddoos. So if you're anything like me, you absolutely have a massive sweet tooth, but at the same time you want to fuel your body with wholesome, whole food, healthy ingredients, and I'm here to show you just how that's possible. Now, before we get into the ingredients and walk you through how to actually make this recipe, I guess I want to talk about, the Indian diet. Now, it's no secret that many of our highly loved Indian sweets are really high in, refined sugars and saturated fats and really highly processed ingredients. And while they are delicious, they're also not the best for us. And that's probably a large reason why there's such high rates of obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes within the Indian population. I'm sure you, as well as myself, have encountered family members that have these sorts of lifestyle related issues. So this particular recipe is made from entirely unrefined ingredients. It's really wholesome, so it's great to have on hand as a snack. You can put it in your kids' lunch boxes, or best of all, you can use it as an alternative on those festive occasions, and show your friends and family that you don't have to indulge in things that are necessarily not so good for you. So I'm going to walk you through the ingredients. I hope you love it as much as I do. Give me your feedback. I'd love to hear how you go. So first up here, I have 100 grams of carrots. Now carrots, aside from being really good for you, full of beta carotene, also give these Laddoos a great orange color, which is great if you're using these as Laddoo substitutes. They also add some natural sweetness, and they also are a great way of sneaking in some extra veggies, particularly if you're going to be using these for kids. Now over here I have about 250 grams of medjool dates. Now this is where we get our sweetness from. Typically normal Laddoos would be sweetened with just table sugar, caster sugar. So this is where we're going to get our unrefined sweetness from. So dates have, again, really high in fiber, a lot of nutritional properties, high in vitamins and minerals. So a really great substitute to the highly refined sugar that you would find in normal Laddoos. Okay, so over here we have about 200 grams of walnuts. Now you could substitute this with other nuts of your choosing, such as cashews, for example. I personally prefer walnuts because I think walnuts and carrots are a really good, really classic combination and work really, really well together. Walnuts are also really rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, which is really great for things like brain health. Over here, we've got our tray of spices and, a single kind of like wet ingredient if you like. So first up, we have half a teaspoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. We have 40 grams of raisins, and I also have some almond meal on the side in case my mix turns out to be too wet. And finally, I have some desiccated coconut and some pistachios, and these are going to be the final element of our dish. We're going to actually roll our Laddoos in this. These are also really nutritious, again another really great source of healthy fat and protein for us. So those are all of the ingredients. Now let's get on with it. So first up, we're going to drop our carrots in, and we're going to grate these up until they're finely grated. Now that's the consistency we're looking for. We're just going to scoop them out and put them to the side. We're going to go in with our pitted dates, and we're going to whiz them up until the mixture forms a sticky ball. So we're going to take that out and put it to the side as well. Next we go in with our walnuts, all our spices, and our vanilla bean paste. And we're going to blend that up until we sort of form a nice sticky crumble-like consistency. So that's the kind of consistency that we're looking for, guys. Now we're going to go back in with our date mix and our carrots at this point. And we're going to combine all of those elements. Right, so now we're going to go in with our raisins. And we're just going to pulse them, okay? Because we don't want to form a puree. We want the raisins to keep their shape intact. Now this is the texture we're going for, so we want to have a sticky, malleable dough. Alright guys, and here we have our finished dough product, and now we get to do the fun bit, which is rolling it all out and decorating the balls. So I'm going to roll these into approximately 1-inch balls. So that should hopefully get you about 16 according to this recipe. So you can make these larger or smaller depending on your taste. So that is approximately the size that I'll be rolling them out to. And what you can do is then just pop them on a tray and just continue. Alright guys, so we've got our rolled tray of laddoos. I'm now going to roll them. Okay guys, we're going to do some of them coated in pistachio. So I've got my mortar and pestle over here. I'm going to pop my pistachios in there and just crush them up. They don't need to be perfect, and in fact, if they're not perfect, they actually look better. So I'm going to pop those in, give them a bit of a grind, and then roll out the remaining in the ground pistachios. So this is the sort of texture we're going for. I'm just going to repeat the same with my remaining laddoos. I'm just going to coat them. Alright guys, and there you have it, our finished result. And now here's the moment of truth. We're going to do the tasting. So pistachio one first up. Guys, that is delicious. So the pistachios give such a beautiful crunch to the overall mouthful, and you know, there's a perfect balance between the walnuts and the carrots and all the nuts. So it's not too sweet. It's got a really nice fudginess and a really nice overall flavor profile, really balanced, and all those spices just really complement the carrot and the date. So this is phenomenal. This is delicious, and I would go so far as to say this is better than your regular laddu. So I'm putting it out there, guys. All right, for our next one, here we go. For those of you who love coconut, this is awesome. Not as much texture as our pistachio one, but a really nice flavor contrast to the pistachio. The only difference between these two is really the topping. So give them a go. Tell me which one your favorites are.